let's make some Hawaiian roll French toast. So of course what you're gonna need is some King's Hawaiian roll. I have the original sweet rolls. You know, they have different flavors now, so I use the original one, but use the one that you want. So for our batter for the French toast, we're going to need some heavy whipping cream, some milk. I'm using lactate, just to take out the lactate in that milk. I'm not lactose intolerant, but it's the milk of my choice. We need some eggs. We need some cinnamon and sugar, so I'm using the Cinnamon Toast Crunch Cinnadust. And we're going to need some nutmeg. And then for our garnishes, we're going to need some powdered sugar and some strawberry. And that is all you need. So take one last look before we get started. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with our garnishments. And the reason being is because we want our French toast to be hot when we're actually serving it. So what we're going to do is make our strawberries into hearts, because this would be a great Valentine's Day breakfast. And it's super easy. It doesn't take a lot of energy to put in, but we want to go ahead and do that so that, you know, we can just, you know, surprise our honey. So we want to go ahead and just first cut off the tops of the strawberries, and we're going to go ahead and set those aside once we cut it off. And I'm using about 3 because I'm just only cooking it for 2 people, so this should be enough. But use as much as you want depending on how much of the French toast you're actually going to cook. I'm doing about 4 rolls, so that's why. So once we have our tops cut off of our strawberries, we're gonna go in and just cut it like a V. So not too deep, but we're gonna cut it like a V, and you'll see what I mean in just 1 second. Let me just take that out. So like that, kind of looks like a heart, right? So we're gonna do that for all 3. Just go in, kind of diagonal, and slice that V in there. There we go. There's my second one. And then, of course, my last one. All right, so we have our V's. They're looking like semi-heart shaped. So now what we're going to do is just slice them. So you can slice them as thin or as big as you would like. So just do like that. I get about 3 slices out of the entire thing. So that's a heart. And here's another little heart. And you know, it's just something cute. I mean, granted, it's not round like a heart, but it's something cute just to, you know, remind your significant other, like, hey, I love you. But yeah, these are smaller, so I'm only going to do 2. But I'll just cut that in half. And there we have it. We have our strawberries for garnishment on the plate. You can eat it with the French toast, of course. Now we're going to go ahead and start working on our batter. So let's go. All right, so let's get started on our batter. So the first thing we want to do is crack our eggs into the container or the bowl, whatever you're using. And I'm using 2, and it's okay if you get a little bit of, what do you call that? My hands are clean. If you get a little bit of shell in there, just take it out. All of us do it. The best chefs do it. It's okay. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and just take out the shell that fell. And what I like to do is I like to go ahead and stir up my egg immediately, so that when I add my other liquids, it's already mixed and I don't have to worry about scrambling those in. So you can use a whisk. I like using a fork for this. But I have my 2 eggs in. We're gonna set that to the side. Now I'm gonna go in with my milk. I don't use measurements. I kind of eyeball it. French toast is not hard. You can never use too much or too little. So I'm just gonna put, let's see, probably about 1/3 of a cup. And then I'm gonna go in and put maybe 1/2 cup of heavy whipping cream. And like I said, I'm gonna eyeball it because you want it to kind of look like a custard kind of. So I can already tell I'm going to need a little bit more of heavy whipping cream because I didn't quite do 1/2 cup just yet. because you kind of want it to be thick, but you don't want it to be too thick. All right, so just a little bit more, not that much. There we go. And that's all I need. Let's mix that up. Yep, perfect. All right, so right now we just have, you know, what looks like a custard. And now I'm going to go in with my ground nutmeg. That should be enough. I mean, because you just want that hint of nutmeg. You don't want it to just be too much. And now I'm going to use my cinnamon dust. But again, if you don't have this, use cinnamon and sugar. It works the exact same. This is just easier because it's already mixed. You don't have to do anything. I like to put a lot because you want that French toast to taste really, really good. So I like to put a lot, like I said. But again, this is just easy. I'm just giving you the foundation. You can do whatever you choose. This is just the foundation on how to make this amazing French toast. And I'll even show you how to do the stuffed version of this. The stuffed French toast, oh my God. With strawberry cream cheese, some mascarpone. Oh my gosh. You guys just don't understand how good it is. But, all right. Here we go. It's pretty much mixed. Now with French toast, we all know that sometimes you experience that separation, meaning the cinnamon and the sugar and everything that separates. So you kind of want to work a little bit fast. So now that we have that, we're going to go ahead and just move over to the stove because we're going to start dipping our French toast and we're going to start cooking it. We are more than halfway done, ladies and gents. Let's go ahead and go over to the stove. Okay, ladies and gents, we are at the stove. However, you can't see the stove right now because I'm just going to show you what should be obvious. But what we're going to do is we're going to dip our bread. So I like to just, you know, get everything going just like that. And then I set it to the side once I get it dipped. I let it soak just a little bit and I work on another one. And then, but you want to move fast because you don't want your bread to just be all soggy. But like I said, I'm using 4, so I'm dipping all 4 of them, letting them soak. And while I'm doing this, my stove is heating up on medium heat because you want it to cook kind of low and slow to make sure that it's just getting crisp like you want it to be. It's getting that brown effect like you want it to be, and everything just looks good. So I'm going to let that soak right there, and we're going to pan over into the skillet. Okay, now that we're over at the skillet, I'm going to go ahead and just drop some butter in the skillet. I'm going to take my tongs and I'm just going to make sure it's all good. Let's turn down the heat just a little bit. I think I need a little bit more butter. There we go. And I'm just going to make sure that the whole skillet is buttery. And that looks good. So at this point, I'm going to throw in my French toast. Just want to start with the sides, one side at a time. Turn the heat back up to medium. And I'm just going to keep adding in each piece. One side at a time, because we're going to cook it on all sides. And make sure it looks good. And there we go. And we're just going to flip it. I'm going to let you guys watch while I just continue to turn each side.
Boy, I've been watching you like the hawk in the sky. That fly, you are my prey. I promise you, if we keep bumping heads, I know that one of these days we gon' hook it up, probably talk on the phone. But see, I don't know if that's that's good. I've been holding back this secret from you. I probably shouldn't tell it, but if I...
Okay, so now that we have our French toast done, what we're gonna do is we're gonna strategically place them on the plate. You want it to look nice and pretty, like so. Moving it around just a little bit. So, you know, you just want to kind of make it look good. So that's how I'm going to do it. And then what you want to do is we're going to sprinkle a little bit of that cinnamon dust on top. There you go. So you're getting that cinnamon flavor. And then what I like to do is take some powdered sugar. And with any powdered sugar, you kind of want to use like a strainer or something. So I'm going to use this strainer, and I'm just going to put a little bit on top. There you go. You see how when I put it on top, it just falls right through perfectly, just like that. And then we're going to take our strawberries, and we're going to, you know, place them where we think they should go. And I'll give you an aerial view once I'm done, but you just want to place them very nice and cute so that, you know, whoever you're giving this to can feel love and appreciate it. We're going through a time where sometimes we don't feel that, and so I just think that, you know, we should do cute things like this just to make sure that they feel that love. So yeah, I'm pretty much done. I will go ahead and let you guys see a better look. But first, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and bon appetit.